If you get a hard inquiry on your credit, it'll stay on there for 2 years, but it'll still have little to no effect on your credit except for if you're trying to get a mortgage or with the exception of a couple credit card issuers. Yeah, Chase Bank, I'm looking at you. But if you have a 30-day late payment or even worse, a non-payment, that'll stay on your credit for 7 years. So like I always say, if you can't afford it, then you can't afford it because credit card debt is real. What is up, team? It's your boy Sledge from the Sledging team, back with another video. And today is part 2 of the St. Lucia series, courtesy the American Express Platinum card and the Hilton Aspire card. And you know over here at Sledging, we get straight to business, so let's get to it. Now, after you get settled into your hotel, here are a few things that you have to do when you visit St. Lucia. You have to do a tour of the island. And when you do that, I recommend that you book Danny Boy. This guy's an encyclopedia of this island. He'll tell you everything that you need to know about St. Lucia. And on your way back to your hotel, he'll even give you a quiz. But don't worry about it because he prides himself in being a good teacher, so no worries about that quiz at all.
Not because we have any gold or platinums or diamonds or pearls, we don't have those. We don't have those. They fought for the island. Why? Because they wanted St. Lucia to be a hub for slave trading. You see our deep water harbor? That's what they fought the island for, to get. Yeah, movements of slaves from one point to the other, slave trading.
The streets of St. Lucia's can be harsh, and Danny Boy has a PhD, pothole dodger. St. Lucia has a lot of hills and mountains. Two of the biggest mountains go by the name of the Pitons. The Pitons are represented all over the island. They even named a beer after the Pitons. Now these hills and mountains have very narrow roads. Every street that I saw was one-way traffic on one side and one-way traffic on the other. The driver's side is on the right side of the car, and you'll encounter pedestrians walking right along with traffic because many of the roads don't have any sidewalks. And did I mention that gas is $8 USD and 19 East Caribbean dollars? So like I said in the first chapter, I recommend that you get a taxi if you ever come here. As you drive on these mountains, the view beneath is amazing. And there's several places for you to stop and take pictures and enjoy the view. You'll get views of the only city on the island, Castries, which is the capital city. You'll get views of the volcanic town of Suffries, the town of Gross Islet. I hope I'm saying that right. That's the town where my hotel was at. And you'll go through many fishing villages through your tour with Danny Boy. Somewhere along the way, if he's there and you're not afraid, there's a guy with a boa constrictor that you can pull over and take pictures with the snake. My son took a couple pictures with the boa constrictor, and then I tipped the guy for the pleasure of letting us do it. But honestly, he didn't even ask for anything. Boa constrictors are endangered species in St. Lucia, along with iguanas and parrots, but you can find all three of them in the rainforest. But just like the gentleman with the boa, at each of these stops, sometimes there are vendors, sometimes several vendors waiting for tourists to arrive. And every vendor is going to ask you if you want to purchase any of their items. If you want to buy anything, just politely tell them that you're not interested, and more than likely, they will just leave you alone. I only encountered one guy that stayed persistent, so I had to be a little bit more stern with him, and everything else was all good. Danny Boy took us to lunch at an authentic St. Lucian restaurant. The food was delicious, and it's on top of a mountain, so you'll have another photo opportunity. St. Lucia has the only drive-up volcano in the world, so we had to go experience that. From what they know, the volcano hasn't erupted in over 300 years and it's overdue. The tour guide told us that if we saw her running, then we need to be running. But trust me, she did not have to give us that advice. As long as you're not scared, I'm not scared.
No, I'm not scared. But if you see me running,
Oh yeah, if I see you running, we gone.
I'll be like Speedy Gonzales.
We were right with you. Right by the volcano is a trio of bathtubs with water that gets up to 180 degrees. And shortly down the way is a waterfall. What's amazing is that the entire town of Suffolk is the volcano, and there's a small village of 100 people that live right above the volcano. If you go to St. Lucia, the volcano is definitely somewhere you need to visit. And of course, we could not miss an opportunity for a photo op. Another place that you have to visit is the mud pool. It's supposed to have healing powers and be good for your skin. I'm not sure if it does or not, but it was very relaxing. After you take a dip in the mud pool that consists of several pools that run into each other, you're going to get out, cover yourself completely in mud, get back in the mud pool, and chill there as long as you like. Now, what would an attraction in St. Lucia be without looking at the view below and seeing how some of the houses just sit in the mountains? Now, when we went to the waterfall, your boy was able to get a good slow motion pic without anyone getting in the picture. And our tour guide took a few pics of us by the waterfall as well. While we were out, we mixed it up with some of the locals. And this guy wanted to shout on his Facebook because he thought I was filming. So your boy let him shout it out while I was filming. His friend was a little bit more reserved, but they was both very good people. Now, if you really want to mix it up with the locals, you have to go down to the capital city, Castries. Now, to get to Castries from the hotel, the ticket is $30 one way. Because like I said in the first video, it's kind of expensive to get around here. I wish that we had came down to Castries on Saturday, because that's market day, and market day is when all the vendors are down there. Now, I'm not saying that it wasn't a good selection of vendors down here. It's just that a lot of them sell the same or very similar items. We got a picture of the massive tree, which means I don't know. And I don't know why it's important, but it's right in the center of Castries. We even got a picture with one of their Nobel Peace Prize winners. Okay, it was a statue of them, but nonetheless, we got a picture with them. This little island has actually had 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners. And what would it look like if we went to another area where there were vendors and didn't get fresh coconut water? The vendor waited for me to start filming before he cut our coconuts. And I don't know about you, but I don't trust myself with a machete like that, but this guy handled it like a boss. And you know it, another photo op. While we were out, we went to a grocery store and a little mall just to see what it was like. But honestly, it wasn't much different than what I'm used to. But maybe that's because we were back in a more touristy area at that point. We did buy some potato chips and some snacks just to see what they were like, and I ain't gonna lie, your boy wasn't really feeling them. They also had KFC, Domino's, and Popeyes, but we didn't eat there because what would it look like to go to another country just to eat American food? Our last big adventures was to one of the many rainforests in St. Lucia so we can do some zip lines through the rainforest. Our guides, Nicholas and Ned, were very knowledgeable, and I would recommend them if you ever visit Island Skylines Park in St. Lucia. Before your tour starts, you'll hang out in a gift shop / cafe until the rest of the group arrives, and it's time for you to take the tour. In my opinion, the gift shop was a little pricey, but like my boy Danny Boy said, if you don't have proof that you were there, then you weren't there. A usual tour consists of 10 guests, but you know how your boy do. It ended up just being me, Little Sledge Inc., and the 2 tour guides.
Great time.
Oh yeah, I'm having a great time. I'm still be afraid of heights, but I'm gonna have a great time though.
And the important thing, VIP treatment.
VIP treatment.
Yeah, because obviously, just be 10 in a group.
Yes, sir.
But right now, it's just the 2 of you.
Yes, sir. Diamond status.
Yeah.
So you just like the Prime Minister.
Yeah, we outside today.
Yes, sir.
Today Friday we outside.
We outside.
As we walked the trails, Nick and Ned told us about the rainforest, the trees, the plants, which plants not to touch because some of them are actually dangerous. And they told us about some of their Creole traditions. Because we were the only ones on the tour, the 2-hour tour turned into a 3-hour tour. And then came the zip lines. First things first, your boy's afraid of heights, but I wanted to conquer that on this trip. I mean, it was my birthday week, so what better time to do it? The tour consists of 8 zip lines, and even though your boy afraid of heights, After the first one, I was comfortable because Nick and Ned were good trainers and they definitely made sure that we were safe. And by the end of the tour, your boy was a professional zip liner. On the final zip line, a staff member takes pictures of you on the line, and when you get off, they take pictures of you with the tour guides. And of course, those are for selling the gift shop. But your boy did end up buying 3 pictures that were $10 a piece. Because again, if you don't have proof that you were there, then you weren't there. With the purchase of the tour, you get 2 drink tickets, so you can chill and relax and have a drink until it's time to go. A bird decided to have the remainder of my sorrel, but it's all good. And after that, we took a few more photo opportunities before our driver arrived and we headed back to the hotel. So that's it for part 2. Part 3 will be dropping soon, and if you haven't seen part 1, check that one out so you can piece this all together. Now, if you like this content or just found it entertaining, hit that thumbs up, share this video, but most importantly, drop a salute emoji in the comment section. And remember, change is inevitable, but growth is optional. It's your boy Sledge. Salute.